Happy New Year from PLANITDARBI. I am doing my week after New Year's spread. This is my classic dashboard. It's the Miss Maker dashboard, the brand new as of last week. And I'm just going to set it up with some washi to start. I'm trying to go for kind of a fresh feel to this. Something that empowers me, that motivates me, that kind of gives me that feeling of like a restart. I'm in desperate need of that. So we're going to force it on these pages. So my original inspiration was these stickers from Caitlin Plans. They are both so beautiful and they've got the blues and greens. But I think I might just go with the florals, and then I pulled some of these stickers from Happy Planner's new book called Let the Heart Wander. So I pulled them ahead of time just to make this a little faster. I'm not sure what all I'll use, but I think I'm going to anchor this left side. I always like to anchor it. That's what I say every time. It sounds so cheesy, but with this quote, and then it's got plenty of space above it to kind of break it up with a box. And I'm not sure if I'll use the actual prompts on the boxes because they're a little more journal-y for my catch-all. And then check out these are just so beautiful. They're abstract blooms from Caitlin Plans. Like, look how beautiful they are. And now I just need to kind of find that winning combination of layering to make it kind of, I always like making my left side kind of feel like a puzzle piece that comes together, and then there's some white space thrown in. That's what it always ends up looking like. So anyway, got to get these down just so. I think I'm gonna add a third piece of washi. I love layering. I love clusters. So I'm kind of in love with that bottom right. So I'm going to pull out an oldie, which is these classic, or these colored boxes by Happy Planner. I just pulled out a larger blue box. And now let's see where I can get it. I should have known this. I should not have put it all the way down. And I like how the grids at the bottoms of the dashboards, they help me keep the stickers straight. Use them, guys. Use them. Takes me forever though, so just hold on. I did it again. All right, so I'm not going to put it all the way down because I think I'm going to layer. Yeah, I'm going to layer some of this. It's green grid. If you can't see that, I'm sorry. It's from Stationery Pal. They have amazing basic stationery or washi. And my favorites, as you know if you've watched my videos, are always the grids that are plain or like white, and then they have the colored grids. So I'm gonna kind of layer that in because I hate weird white space, and now I'm seeing it right there underneath those boxes in between the flowers and the washi. So I'm not sure I'm gonna fix that yet. And let's see, I think I might add some more florals up here in this open spot. Or maybe I'll kind of create like its own box off to the right side. That might be a good divider. Sometimes I'm always wondering why these lines are even there. Like, why do I even bother following these lines? And you got to remember, the boxes are literally there for people who don't use stickers for the most part, and then as guides for those of us who do. So you don't have to be married to where the boxes are. And I'm going to utilize that space in a way that is its own list, I guess. So I'm looking through this plant book, though. I'm trying to find some more blue stickers. Blue is a really hard color to come by. I don't know why it's not in many sticker books. I think it's a beautiful color, especially certain shades. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Look at this. I had pulled this balance sticker from that Let Your Heart Wander. Oh my goodness, it was made for it. Oh, now I got to do this space though. See, this is what happens. Every time I add a sticker, a new space is created. And I know that's different from what other people do. Other people have this like ability to just lay stickers down and they have these beautiful spaces around them. I don't know what maybe it's because I like the clusters, so it creates then a negative space that is just, it bothers me. But look, it's starting to become a puzzle. I do like puzzles, so Now where to put this box, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it. I like having different sections on my left side because I have a lot of like little lists. So I have the big list of my to-dos, and then I like having little lists like, oh, these are ideas that the kids can do if they're bored, or these are the chores that I want Weston to do, or oh gosh, I gotta have a Target run. So they change each week kind of based on what it is. Or last minute Christmas presents was the one from last week or whatever. So I found this like swath, this like marker swath. I'm not in love with it. It's kind of a little drab. It's like hanging it down, but I'm going to put it there for the time being. And then I'm going to get a quote up. I always, on these top lists, the right side, I feel like it gets wasted a lot because I'm not going to fill up that entire line. So, because I typically write a little smaller. I write better when I write small, unless it's lettering. But I'm going to do this quote from the Let Your Heart Wander book. Fill up that right side. And then I'm wondering if the right box needs a box, another box to divide it. I could put that there, but maybe... Okay, I want to try to find this double exposure courage. It's like a silhouette of a woman. I need to find a spot to put her, but I need to white out these lines and the bullets so they don't show through it because it is a clear sticker, translucent. Okay, I kind of like that. And then now what do you see that is driving me nuts? Yep, this weird space between the stickers. It's a game that I fail every time I play. Somehow it all works out in the end, but yeah, I'm sure some people look at my stuff and is like, oh my God, it's so cluttered. It's truly a metaphor of my brain. This is what my brain looks like on stickers. Anyway, all right, so let's shift our focus to the top. I'm just gonna kind of separate it, add a little piece of color with this teal solid washi. And then I need to find a label or something that is just a solid blue of some sort, just to kind of label that list. And it needs a flower or foliage or whatever you call these. They're awesome. That's what they are. All right, so some of the stuff's coming together. Other things are kind of bothering me. All right, so I'm going to move this box. I think I'm going to put this box over here on the right side. It's kind of a grayish green. And again, use the lines to help you line them up. All right, so now I've created 3 areas for lists, a 4th little tiny list, and then there's a big list at the bottom left, and then a couple areas for some small ones. I forgot to say, I might be combining my like photography business stuff with this page this week, just to save some time on the decorating side until I get back, since I'll be in Omaha. But I have this tiny green washi. It's 2 greens. Well, actually one stripe is a little green and the other one's a little teal. So altogether they kind of just look dark green, which I'm totally fine with. It kind of pairs nicely with the grid washi. Okay, this is really bothering me. It's this little swath. It's almost too gray green. So let's maybe adding a little bit of a divider here that's colorful will help bring it together. But I'm not sure I'm sold on this. And the little thing is losing its stickiness. So if I end up moving it again, it's probably a goner. Okay, I have been staring at this section and I'm not loving it. Something about it, maybe I should have turned it the other way. It's kind of going up like a smile. Maybe my page needs more frowns. Let's turn it the other way. I don't know if I'm gonna love it or even like it. I'll take a like at this point. I don't know. It just seems, yeah, there's a little white spaces in different spots that are just driving me nuts. I know white space is a good thing. Please know that I understand that. When I do my albums for my photography clients, I push white space. But it's because they're not clean edges, so it bothers me that no one else probably sees that. It probably looks completely fine, right? But in this little white space, this line that's headed down and it serves no purpose, it's going to bug me. I don't know why. I need to get over this, guys. How do I get over it? Tell me in the comments, like, do you notice those white space when you're looking at my layout as I'm doing it? Are you like, oh my God, she needs to remove that line? Tell me below so I know. Am I crazy? Is this seriously just me? So on the right side, I think it just needs a couple doses of this grid washi. I try not to just put it on one side. Any element, I like to kind of have it repeated so it balances. I may add more to it, but we'll just tear it for now and do a little bit by little bit. I oftentimes will overlap a sticker across 2 boxes, so it still gives me ample room to write for that day. And then I found this label, but I'm not entirely sold. I still keep staring at that swatch. I think what it is that's bothering me is the color. It's a little too drab connected with the box above it that's kind of the same color, but I also don't really like the angle of it, so I might come back to it later. For the time being though, I'm going to overlap this circle quote just with a simple box, and just got to figure out where to put it. I like to kind of balance out the page so it's not all boxes on one side or whatever. And I'm going to put this label I pulled up here. I think I'm going to have to do some major whiteout though. I'll get rid of January and just have to letter that in later. Excuse me. And it's a silver foil on it, which does not go with the other foil on the page. There are some gold elements. So I'm just going to take my uni ball. Is it uni or you? I always feel so dumb pronouncing things that I don't hear out loud. But anyway, I just went around it in white just to kind of bring it in with the rest of the page. And I'm revisiting this square. I think I'm going to put the other label I pulled down here at the bottom. But it's a fine line of overlapping where you still have room to write in that little space, but also it's overlapping so it looks intentional. That's good enough. So as I'm looking at this all together, I'm not sure I like where that quote is divided between Thursday and Friday. Okay, so since Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my office days, like those are the days I have childcare, sometimes I like to double up the real estate that I have available for lists. So I might put like my absolute must get done work list or whatever on an additional box. And then I think I'm going to look for some other things in this Hustle and Heart, or is it Heart and Hustle? This is a gorgeous sticker book. Totally wasn't thinking I was going to like it, and I loved it. And I made a spread a couple, maybe back in October, November, that I adored. And it was the same color palette, blues and greens, but it was more majestic looking. So I definitely recommend checking that one out. I think I'm just going to use this. So I have a long piece that's just kind of a blank. I can write something in it, or it can be decorative. And then I'm still looking for little elements just to kind of add some layering and some different spaces to write in that are decorative, I guess. I'm using the plant book, Plant Mama book. I found a couple boxes that might work. Not entirely sold on where to put it, but I know I'm wanting it. And at this time, I would like to apologize for bumping my camera and not even realizing it. I have it on like this arm that goes up and it has a base, and I hit the base when I moved the sticker book. So I apologize. A little bit might be cut out. Forgive me. Anyway, I'm trying to find a little, but you know what I do need? I definitely need more of these amazing blooms from Caitlin Plans. So I think I'm going to put some in a corner, and then I'll cut off the excess, and then I can use that somewhere else maybe to border a box. But let's bring back in these blue and white dots just to add some balance with the other side of the page. And then as I'm doing this little washi grid, I'm starting to look at that line that I just placed from the Hustle and Heart book. And I'm wondering if I should layer it instead down at the bottom just to kind of finish off that there's like a weight, like that anchor feel. I feel like it finishes it off, adds that extra dimension. And then from there, let's see what else we can do. Okay, so the quote is returning. And I may get it over off to the side a little bit just to kind of even out some of the elements. And then I'm going to be honest, I add these bullet elements solely for looks. They are the most impractical stickers that I ever see because the dots are not in the right spots. But look at that. It adds a little green. I just have to kind of trim it down to get it to fit. Okay, so what else does this need? I feel like the more I stare at it. But first, let's get this floral excess cut off there because I can totally use that somewhere else. And I think I have just the right spot. So I'm going to cut that off here. By the way, if you're wondering why the heck my desktop keeps moving, it's actually just a facade. I am trying to pretend I'm fancy, but in reality, this is just contact paper, but not even contact paper that I've laid down on the countertop. It's just the sheet rolled out, so I could still theoretically peel off the back and stick it somewhere. But for what I do, I've just been, so it's on top of our bathroom counter. That's where I plan. It's an awful setup. I'm trying to change things, but that's why it's looking all wrinkly, and maybe you didn't even notice, but that's why. It's seriously the most ridiculous thing. Anyway, so I've cut off the remainder, and look how perfectly this is going to fit. I'm so glad I moved that box. That just fits so much better and kind of balances out the florals. All right, just real quickly, going to throw in a couple little added embellishments, and then we'll continue on with lettering. I'm trying to find the appropriate color to do the word January, and this color should work. So there we go. I just have to write in the 2022 to make it a little darker. I'd like to take this moment to reminisce about something I kind of miss doing, but I don't know if I'll ever have time again to do it. I used to log all my meals in a skinny classic. I would decorate the entire spread, and then I would write the meals for each day, and that's all I would write in there. I did end up taking it out from my lineup because it was just too much, and now I just write my meals up in the left corner of my catch-all. So I have these couple little elements left that I just want to add just to use a couple more of those adorable stickers that I have really loved. They really have inspired this entire layout, and it went perfectly with the other books. And I went back to that swatch that has really been annoying me, and I'm going to look for something else that I can put. Something just simple and clean. Something that won't gnaw on me for the remainder of this week while I stare at it. But I think this is the perfect shape once I clean up the debris of the original choice. Okay, I'm just going to plug in these last couple of little details that I wanted to put in, and there we have it. I think I succeeded in getting an empowering, refreshing, kind of a rebirth feeling as I turn the page on 2021 into 2022. Big things are in store. I'm going to try to open a sticker shop, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me at planet.darbi on Instagram.